Good morning. Welcome back to a new vlog. We're starting off early today. I'm actually gonna do a get it all done. There is so much that needs to be done around the house. You come in here like you're mad at somebody. Come here. Huffing and puffing. Come here. Did you hear something? I thought I heard something. What did you hear? Golly. He's found like newfound energy. My arm's tired. To the camera. Anyway, I have a list a mile long and we're gonna tackle it together. So we're gonna jump into some laundry first because I feel like if I can get the laundry knocked out, at least the clothes that are on the bed, I will feel like a weight has been lifted. I have been living in a laundry basket for the past week and I'm over it. I'm ready to get this house in order. I'm ready to get things organized, back in shape. I'm ready for all of it. So we're gonna come in my room, get this laundry done first.
One thing I know for sure, what we have is something worth fighting for. With bad news knocking at my door, but I like it like that. We go all in and I'm falling, but I like it like that. And it's so wrong, but still so strong, but I like it like that.
Don't we all just wish that we could actually do laundry this fast? If I could, then there would never be laundry anywhere. This took forever, which granted, I let it get out of control, so it's my fault. Can't blame nobody but myself. But I am very much the separation type when it comes to laundry. Once I separate everybody's laundry into categories, it's not as bad. So if you struggle with laundry too, definitely try separating everyone's stuff into individual baskets. For some reason, it just helps. It's a mental thing. It really doesn't make a difference. But I think when you have like all your husband's clothes in one pile, all your kids' clothes in one pile, you know all of that's going to their room and all of that's going to his dresser. So it just makes it a little less overwhelming. How are you guys doing, by the way? Let me know in the comments below. How has your year been so far? Can we even just acknowledge the fact that it's March already? March 12th is today, the day that I'm editing this video. And I cannot believe that we are already in the third month. Like, what the heck? I swear to you, every year goes by faster and faster, and I know this and I say this every year, but truly this year just seems to be like a blur. Like, where did the past 2 months go? I don't even know what all I did the past 2 months. It's just been a lot. Also, let me tell you, kind of random, but my daughter and I went to a Christian concert this past weekend. Riley Clemens, okay? First of all, she's totally underrated. She's like Carrie Underwood 2.0, like 1.0. I don't know. She is stunning. Her voice is amazing. She's got energy. Like, her energy just radiates through the room. The concert was actually for Jordan Felice, but Riley Clemens was part of the tour, and I highly recommend checking out her music. She actually sung a song that made me cry. It literally brought me to tears. It was just about how just time goes by so quick, and next thing you know, you're looking back at your life like, I thought time was going by fast then. Now today it's just like, where did it go? And just how important it is to really just live in the moment. And the song was absolutely beautiful. I don't know the name of it. I'll have to look it up and see, but if I can look it up and find it, because she said it was a song that, oh wait, no, it was an unreleased song, I think is what she said. It hadn't been released yet, but it was one that she wrote, and her mom and her grandma loved it, and she was hoping that everyone would love it. It's beautiful. So if she has it like on an Instagram page or something like that, I'll try to link it. But yeah, definitely recommend checking her out. And Jordan Felice, his last name confuses me. It looks like Feliz. That's what I want to say, but it's Felice. I don't know why I want to call it Feliz. I don't know. I suck at pronouncing things. It really is a struggle. It has been my entire life. So this is not new, by the way. Like, I have always struggled in English. I was always really great in math, science, every other subject I did excellent. But when it came to English, all throughout school, elementary, middle school, high school. I was bombing it every single time. And the thing is, it's not like I was not trying. I tried my best. I just never really, it never stuck. You know how certain things just don't stick with you, and you try your absolute best. Everyone's good at something, and then everyone's really bad at something, in my opinion. And English is just not my strong suit. And it didn't help that a lot of my English teachers were not that great. Towards the end of high school, I had a really amazing English teacher, but at the beginning, I had one teacher that was just awful, and he just didn't help you. He was very much by the book and just like, do the worksheets. And I just never understood. I'm a hands-on type of person. Clearly, that's, now I've turned that into a job, is using my hands and creativity. But anyway, he had it out for me, man. I don't know what it was. And the thing is, I was a good kid. Overall, like looking back, I feel like I was quiet. I was respectful. I say to myself, but I had my group of girlfriends that I talked to. I wasn't like a troublemaker by any means. However, if someone was being rude to me or mean to me or someone else, I was always the type of person that stood up for myself or for others, period. Like I could never be the one that just sat there and just took it if someone talked to me like in a rude way. I never started it, but I will not necessarily finish it, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to just be quiet. And I think that was instilled in me growing up in school. Like, you always stand your ground. Like, my parents were look, I'm not trying to out my parents or anything, but they were like, someone hits you first, you better knock them out. Like, that's how we grew up. And the thing is, like, that's just how our town is. That's how we were all raised. I'm sure most of you were raised that way as well. And you don't let people get bullied, and you don't bully others. And if you see someone getting bullied, you better stand up for them. We have always been taught that. And I teach my kids that too. I mean, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. You don't back down from nobody. You stand your ground in a respectful way. And yeah, I firmly believe that if you don't, then people will walk all over you. I mean, that's just the world we live in. Anyway, I had this teacher that was just so rude, the English teacher, and I never learned anything. Well, actually, all my English teachers happen to be rude, except for one. Isn't that a weird thing? Like, why are English teachers so mad? They would get so upset if you forgot to leave a comma. Like, it's not that deep. Like, you knew what I meant. I'm not helping the situation. I'm just saying, I had this one teacher in particular, though. He was out to get me. I pretty much failed English that year. I had a D, okay? And I had always had like A, B's, and C's at least. But I had a D. I had an F at one point. I was like trying to do makeup work. I had to beg this man to help me pass because I don't know what it was. He was really rude to me all the time. I even have a friend that can tell you, like, she was there, and sometimes he would just say things to me, and it's like, what did I do? I don't even know what I did. I'm just sitting here. Maybe that was the problem. Maybe I was sitting there not paying attention. I don't know. But let me know in the comments below, how are you in high school? Were you a good kid? Was you a troublemaker? Did you do really well in school? Were you just barely getting by? Let me know. I'm curious because, I feel like our high school years really start to like shape us and form us. We really start to learn how to interact with people. Highly believe that school made a huge difference in my life. I know a lot of people are like big on homeschooling right now, and I totally understand why, because everyone's trying to bring politics and things like that into the schools, which I think is ridiculous. That's a whole another story for another day. But I definitely think that, school makes you learn how to deal with different types of people and problem solving skills that you're eventually going to have to deal with in the real life. And I do not believe, the only thing that I really use from school, I would say, is math, because I do a lot of measurements and things like that, but that's pretty much it. Like, I don't use anything from high school. I need to go back to high school and start over. Maybe I'll learn something if I had a different mindset. And the thing is, I wish I did. Looking back, I wish I had the career focus, and I didn't. I was starstruck by my man. I couldn't wait to move. As soon as I graduated high school, I was hightailing it to Georgia, and I had that planned out for a while. Dylan and I actually started dating when I was 17, so I still had 1 year to go in high school when we started talking. And as soon as I graduated, the plan initially was, let's move to Georgia, be closer to his family, and it was just kind of get a job and do what you can. It wasn't, college wasn't an option for me. I didn't have money for a loan. I couldn't afford to even pay. Even if I got a school loan, it would have cost me a fortune. And, to be honest with you, I'm kind of glad I didn't, because I probably would be in like severe student debt right now for a career that I have no interest in anymore. So it's fine. We all live and learn. And, I'm really grateful for what I have and what we've been able to accomplish. My husband's a great electrician. He's doing really well in his job, and I'm making it work with social media. And I'm so grateful for this job. I truly am. So thank you guys for allowing me the platform to be here. I know I say that a lot, but I just hope you guys know that I am so incredibly thankful, and I do not take this job for granted. It's a huge blessing. So now jumping back into the subject of cleaning here, I got all this stuff cleaned up. This stuff was on the front porch from my husband's truck. He put it on the chair. So I had to gather all that up, go wash it. And then this secretary desk I got a while back. I actually found it on Facebook Marketplace, got an amazing deal on it. And I love it. It's not quite big enough to have like my laptop and all the things that I need, but we do use it now for like all important storage, and it like holds a lot of electronics and things. So I love it, but I was like, let's try it somewhere different. So I decided to move it here, but then realized that the walk space was a little too small. So that didn't work. And you'll see me rearrange it a couple times. But then I got to thinking, I wanted to share this with you guys because I ended up hanging this washable rug that I got off of Amazon on the wall for him. So my son's bedroom it has 2 windows in it. And because of the layout, there's only a couple spaces where you can put the bed. And the bed only really fits under one or the other window. And so just to kind of help a little bit with some fears and things, I did decide to hang the rug over the window just to create like a blank wall. And that is where we decided to move his bed. And I wanted to share this because if you have an awkward space where there's maybe 2 windows, this is a great option. This rug is really, really lightweight. Like I said, it's washable, and it just looks like a large poster on the wall. It actually looks super cool. He loved it. And to be honest with you, I don't really share the kids' rooms that much anymore. I used to do the whole like Pinterest worthy, try to go in there and decorate and stuff like that. But as they've gotten older and developed their own little personalities, I kind of let them do their thing. And mom comes in here and does like the deep clean. And I rearrange for them every now and then just to surprise them because they freaking love it. I know some people were like, I would never do that to my kids love it. They're very much mom's personality. We love change around here. So anyway, that's how it turned out. I thought it was really cool and he loved it. I did end up having to get him a new comforter because the one he had got slime all over it. So we had to toss that one, and I ordered him a new one. So once I get that in, I'll share that in a little bit. So now there is a massive pile of laundry down there at the end of the hallway. That came out of both of the kids' rooms. Plus it had blankets too, so it looks like way more than it is. But this treadmill was in my son's closet. I did save it. This was my little compact treadmill I bought a while back. I love it. They don't make this model anymore, so I've held on to it because I know how convenient it is to have such a small space treadmill. So what I'm going to do is give my large treadmill, the Yesel Fitness one, to my sister-in-law, and I'm going to start using the smaller compact one again, only because of space saving. That's really the only reason. Anyway, now I'm moving that little secretary desk again. So I tried it underneath the mirror. It didn't work out. So I decided to move it over here by the back door to try it. And y'all know how I am. I like to just move things sometimes. I get in these like little moods and I am all for rearranging some furniture. I don't know what it is. It's like I get this little spark and it's like I can't not move it. I have to move it. I have to try it to see it. But it didn't work out. So I ended up moving it back, and then I ended up moving it back down to the end of the hallway. I don't know, I just like to change things up. And speaking of changing things up, in an upcoming video, I have a full living room rearranged with me. It's going to be a fun video. I loved filming it. I was just kind of moving all the furniture around. I got rid of the dining room, slid the couch all the way back. I created a new living room. I moved around the furniture like 50 times just to try new things, and I think you will love that video. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. After getting the floors all vacuumed, y'all, I was running out of steam. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. I had been busy all day and there was actually a lot of cleaning I did off camera, like when I was cleaning out my son's bedroom and stuff, because I didn't film all of that. So I truly was like getting burnt out at this point. I'm like, oh my gosh, am I done? And the mopping is just the icing on the cake. It just really just throws you over the edge. So I am gonna quickly mop the floors. Then I got my son's blanket done, so I'm going to throw that on his bed. I had a little bit more laundry to fold that it just came out of the dryer. And at the end of the video, I'm going to share like a little bonus clip, some bonus clips that I got the other day. Dylan and I cleaned out the shed out back. First of all, it was hilarious. He tripped and fell, and it was just the funniest thing ever. But after filming that footage that day, that was the only thing we did because it was on the weekend. And usually, like, if we try to do, like, a big project on the weekend together as a family, we try to, like, stick to one thing. That's it. Because then, if not, then our whole weekend is taken up and it feels like we never really get a break. So we're trying to be more mindful of, like, not overdoing it. Plus, the past couple weekends, we've had a lot of, like, family events and birthday parties, things to do. So we're just trying to take it easy on the weekends sometimes, especially on Sundays. But anyway, I'll share that footage later on, but first I'm going to get these clothes put away that I just folded. These were just all my husband's clothes. Y'all remember earlier in the video I talked about separating. If I wash just my husband's clothes alone, it's so much easier to get his stuff done than it is if I have like all of our stuff mixed together. So if you have not separated laundry in a while and you are someone who struggles, this is just like your reminder again, separate the laundry before you wash it or separate it before you start folding it. I don't know what kind of magic is in it, but it works. So I washed my washable rug and hung it outside on the fence. Well, I left it out there like a day too long, air drying, and it faded my rug. The sun faded my rug. I have like a permanent pink line going down the center. I'm so bummed. Can I? I'm trying to lay out the rug. Excuse him. I'm trying to excuse him. Excuse him. This is Mom. I'm trying to do something. I'm trying to feel this good rug. I'm trying to feel this good. Why is switching out a rug like fighting for your life? Seriously, it is so difficult to change out a rug or put a rug back in underneath the bed, underneath the couch, the coffee table. This coffee table is like 100 freaking pounds. It's so heavy. It's solid wood. It's amazing. I need to redo it because it's gotten a little messed up, but why is this so difficult? They actually make like furniture lifts where you can like lift your bed up. I thought that was pretty cool. You know, one time I actually pulled out the car jack to lift my bed to put a rug under it. The things we do sometimes to help us. It's you can get really creative when you're trying to put a rug back down. And the thing is, when I want something done, I want it done like yesterday, especially like when I really set my mind to something, like for instance, laying the rug down. So I'm going to literally about take myself out trying to get this rug back in place. I was sweating. Out of everything that I did today, this was the most challenging part. Then my son's rug, oh my gosh, I'm talking about rugs and that's all I can think about. My son's blanket was finally dry. I had just bought this one. This is like one of those really inexpensive, like little comforters that come like rolled up in a little bag. These are actually really nice and super comfortable, and I love that they're reversible. So I was trying to figure out which side he wanted, and then he felt how warm it was. So he wanted to be tucked into bed at darn 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So cute. I have been on a roll today. I got the entire house cleaned, mopped, vacuumed. I've been like deep cleaning. I even went through the mail. Paper clutter is a real thing. And I feel so much better now that I went through all this. Like, this is a lot of crap. All of it needs to be shredded though, because there's like, some of it's important, some of it's really not. It's just kind of like junk mail, but I'm just gonna shred all of it just to be safe, or we'll burn it. We'll use this as starter, fire starter. What the heck am I talking about? I'm clearly getting sleepy, but out of all this is how much was actually like important keep. Anyway, I feel like a weight has been lifted now that I'm getting caught up again with housework. Like, all the laundry is folded and put away. Who am I? I need a coffee though, for real. It's so bad. All right, before you judge, let me explain myself. Well, not really going to explain myself because it is what it is, but I am going to explain myself. So, when we were working on the new addition, so everything that we used to have was in the old metal shed, and then everything ended up in the carport. And then when we were working on the new addition, a lot of the tools ended up in the new addition. So then what happened was everything that was in there, once it was finished and ready to do flooring, ended up in this building. So it was just like we moved things from space to space and nothing was ever organized. And then it just became one big cluttered mess. And we're going to clean it up today. So that's the plan. So the idea that we had was we opened up this table, this foldable table. We had different sections for everything. Things that needed to go in the carport, things that were garbage, tools and extra supplies that we had for the building that we didn't use that Dylan can reuse on a job. So we just start separating everything. And creating this separation helps a lot as you're organizing because then you just kind of have a plan. Now, a lot of the stuff that's in this small shed, it honestly looks way worse than it is. It's just stacked up badly because we just threw everything in there. But there's a lot of camping gear. We accumulated a lot of camping stuff all of a sudden. So we had a ton of tents to fold up and put away, and it was really just a matter of reorganizing things and putting it where it actually belongs instead of just shoving it all in this tiny little shed. Now, the new addition office, because we were working on that for so long, a lot of the tools that we were using, we just kind of kept them in totes. It was just a lot more convenient to have them easy to access than having to go all the way out to the carport to get the tools we needed each day. So a lot of the tools are in those black and yellow totes. And then once we got everything separated, we were able to put our tools back where they actually belong. So everything was out of totes at that point, and it wasn't taking up as much room. The totes take up a ton of space. So like I said, once we went through everything and it minimalized a lot. It always looks worse before it looks better though. We had a ton of stuff sprawled out everywhere. And then get this. So I'm on a roll. I'm busybody. I'm let's get this done. And Dylan's handing me things and I'm kind of just throwing it in the spaces that it needs to go. Well, we get to this part where he's help me get this tote out. And he gets me the one side of the tote and I go to walk with the tote and he loses his footing. And I wish I would have got it from a different angle because you know how when someone goes to fall, they fall for 20 minutes. It seems like they're falling and falling and falling. That's what happened. It was so freaking funny. I was laughing so hard I hit the ground. It was hilarious. I'm so hard over there. Okay, we're kind of getting trapped.
Oh my god! Just fucking drag me through. Holy shit.
Daddy, what were you doing?
God.
You were falling for 5 minutes.
Dad, what were you doing?
Was you recording on that?
I was. I don't know if it got any of it. I think you did.
Oh,
He was falling for 5 minutes.
yeah.
I'm surprised you stayed standing. That was pretty good.
That's good. No, you can't do it.
Dad, look. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, that's dangerous.
This is the very
Look.
best one.
That's. Oh! Oh, I thought it got me.
Because I wanted to show you.
It's crazy how they shed like that.
Yeah.
Roll it over on the other side.
Roll it over, flip it over. That's his belly. That's his back.
Yeah.
Wow.
Old black snake.
Cool.
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't want to drag you through. The way that you were falling. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. The best part was the last part and I missed it. I can't believe I missed the end part because that was where it was really funny because he was tripping over things for a minute. And every time he jumped over one thing, there was something else there. Oh gosh, if y'all could have saw that, that would have been one of those viral moments. And the thing is, I'm just walking. I'm dragging him behind me with the tote. Oh gosh. So if you can see kind of like the idea, we have like all the electrical stuff together. We do have a bin for all the tools. We have a pile of garbage, just things that we need to donate, some things that we have to figure out how to dispose, because we had our pool one year, and maybe y'all can help me out. So I went to the pool store and they told me I needed to buy like this acid and this other stuff. Well, we bought it and ended up not using it, and I don't know how to get rid of it. Like, where do you take stuff like that to dispose of it properly? If anybody knows, let me know in the comments. I thought about just taking it back up to the pool store and maybe seeing if they wanted it back. Like, I don't even want a refund at this point. It's been obviously way too long anyway. But I have 2 bottles. I have 1 bottle of chlorine and then 1 bottle of the acid stuff. So yeah, if y'all know what to do with that, let me know. Also, we got everything separated. So we started like kind of carrying things where they belong. Some stuff went by the road. We donated some things were garbage. Some of it was my husband was going to be able to use for jobs and stuff. And then we had all of the camping stuff laid out because we wanted to reorganize all the camping stuff. Sometimes whenever we go camping, there's like a ton of moisture on the tents in the morning when we go to pack them up. So instead of rolling them up and sticking them in the tent or the bags, they'll get mold on them. So a lot of times we'll just kind of let them air out. And eventually we didn't put them all back away like we were supposed to. We kind of just stacked them up in the totes. So today's the day we're going to organize all this. We had all of our sleeping bags. We have a couple tents that need to be folded up real tight and put back in the bags. And why do they do that? They make it so hard to put the tent back in the original bag. It's possible, but you just have to fold it right. So yeah, it just takes a little time, but we're going to get everything organized so that way all of our camping gear is ready to go for an upcoming family camping trip that we take every year. Hopefully we're going to go. Fingers crossed everything goes well with Knox healing and stuff. Worst case scenario, we'll just sit out, for this camping trip. No big deal. Or we might just go visit and hang out with everybody while they're camping. And we just won't stay the night due to Knox being at home. But he can't jump or he can't be left alone for too long. So yeah, we might end up missing out. Or one of us might have to sit out. Either Dylan or I will sit out of the camping trip this year so that way the kids can go. Or heck, I might just send the kids with my brothers and let them go with them so that way they don't miss out. We'll see. We'll just kind of play it by ear. But yeah, all the camping stuff is going to get back organized again. And after finishing up putting all the camping gear away, that was pretty much it. We got everything put away. The shed now only has like outdoor stuff, so like the lawnmower, weed eater. We do have a couple like chairs in there, but it's empty, which is so nice because we are thinking about moving that smaller shed to the other corner of our yard. So basically where my husband's at, like over there in that corner, it would go back there, but we would have to level the ground, pour like a little concrete slab. We're trying to just make sure that that's where we would want it before we move it. So for now, the shed's pretty much empty that we just cleaned out. Everything that didn't belong in there went back into the carport where it belongs, and everything is organized. All the camping gear we have stacked up in totes. It's also in the carport for now because we plan on using that pretty soon, so it's easy to access. And yeah, we're thinking about moving it. We're not sure, so we just wanted to keep it as empty as possible. So it really just has yard stuff in there, so it's a couple things we'd have to pull out. Overall, I'm really happy with how much we were able to clean out and reorganize everything. There's still a little bit that needs to be done. The air unit and stuff like that needs to be put up, but we did the best we could with the time that we had. And yeah, this is how it ended up turning out. Well, here's the before and here's the after. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see all of you guys in my next video. Bye, y'all.